Welcome back to Song of Six Builders. We got a lot going on in this one. We'll go ahead and let them slow play while we take a look around. So it's been a little while just thinking about the map and making some plans and learned a couple things. So Wilcombe gave me a couple really good tips about the soil. So when we go to the soil mode, it's got the different colors. If you right click and hold, it'll actually tell you what the soil types are. So this crappy soil over here is till. It is not good for growing my trees. So I think in the semi-near future, these two at least are coming out, and we'll save this water and put it to other use. This one's a maybe. I already have to kind of water it anyways to get this. The water, ideally, we want it to be at 50% for our tree growth. So I probably will have to expand this one down a little bit to get all the water that we need down here. I couldn't really get a straight answer if it's just 50% for the woodcutter, like this one says 96%, or if it's on the actual tiles. The tiles down here are really dry, so if we bring water to them, that might actually be helpful. Nice thing there. Next, I have gone ahead and etched in another pump. We're nearing maxing this one out, and I've got some waterworks that still need to be done. So we are going to need some more pumping power in the very near future. Beyond that, over here, I did decide to reverse my decision. I am going to go ahead and build a pond. Before we were looking at pools, which, while very cool, actually the Amivia don't like them any more than they like a pond, and the pond can be done for just normal stone. And as I've mentioned a few times, I think a lot of our time is spent walking to the coast for a skinny dip and not actually working. So we're going to go ahead and put a pond in here and see if that helps our productivity in this area. Last time around, we did a lot of thinking and monitoring of food stalls, and I kind of came to the conclusion that we needed at least 2 workers. Here we've got 2. This one's on auto. It went back down to 1. I'm going to keep monitoring it. But we had found out that the 1 worker was not able to keep up with demand. So they were basically stocking fish and nothing else, even though we had some eggs and even though we had some veggies available. So we're definitely going to try to make that happen. I see we are at -7 odd jobbers. Huh. What did I do that caused that? Okay, well, obviously that's not going to be sustainable because we're going to need some people to do some jobs. All right, hunters, I don't actually need what you're doing at the moment. Let's just stop hunting. We'll go ahead and have them do some other work, and then I'll get that turned back on. We're kind of maxed out on that. That segues in nicely to another thing I had mentioned previously, a warehouse district. So these are all warehouses around the outside, and then these are some trade depots in the middle for now. I'm not sure I fully, in fact, actually saying that out loud, let's cancel that job. I may change my mind a little bit. We may take out these warehouses and just add some more trade depots to it. I kind of want a centralized location on the map that we are going to bring our supplies to. So for example, we're going to have another city over here. They're not going to have any local fishing. I'm going to need to import fish into here. And the way I want to do it is I want to bring to a central fish hub and then export it down. And vice versa with, let's say, stone. We're going to bring the stone to here and then distribute out to individual warehouses that will need it for either construction or maintenance purposes. So I have literally no idea if this is humongous, if this is tiny, no idea. But we're going to just start in with that. And in order to put this in, I needed to know where the main road was going to be. And that was via the edge of this stone collection. So this runs right by the edge of what will be a quarry at some point and goes up. So we are probably looking at some sort of city walls that like come down and then over and then up. Or maybe we just go straight across the 2 rivers, or maybe we go up and then over and down or something like that. Either way, the stone is going to basically need to be in there, and we're going to be looking at putting some stone in here. This is probably the next big project. I need some stone income. I was looking around and we've cleared out a lot of what we have, so we're definitely going to need that. Beyond those, things like the opium here or the poppies and the currently the leather, etc., etc. I need to export these things, and I need some more export depots. So I wanted to go ahead and get started on that. I do have more housing queued up already because we are going to need more houses. Obviously, we're having some worker problems. I did set up collecting stone that we do have. Oh, geez, what else? Things I have not queued up yet. I want to get training some militia. I think I'm going to build a hatchery, just a small one to get us started. We do like it if we had our homegrown lizards, so I think I would like to get started on that. I don't know if at some point the immigration dries up. That could be a thing that happens, and we have the ability to do it, so I will probably plan that. Just a little bit of work in here on the main square. As previously mentioned, the pond is going to be a pretty big deal. I'm also noticing that we are out of eggs or running low on eggs, so I think that's something else I could work on pretty easily. Now, I do have questions about this space. If I was to go animal husbandry, globulin, if I was to do this, what would that look like? 3.5 workers. I think by adding the moisture, that could make it slightly better. I don't know if this is a waste of space, but I don't really have anything else I would do with it anyways. I think we're just going to go ahead and make that happen. So we have the warehouse up here, so I'll put the gate in up at the top. Let's see, am I ever going to extend... I'm just thinking if I'm ever going to extend this water over here, and probably not for the globulins. Should I make this one bigger or make it just match the fields? I think I will make it. What does that do to my numbers if we make that one bigger? Not really changing much. I think I'll go with that. All right, we'll put the gate in. We'll put it over here on the main thoroughfare, and then we need some huts. Apparently we just need a hut for 100%. All right, now hopefully as we add a little bit of moisture, this will be more effective. Go ahead and construct that. That does mean I want to fill up some more water. I have turned on a couple more pump operators already, so I should be good to go there. We look at the pumping, 482 out of 458. So we have a few spares at the moment. We'll go ahead and get that started. I think we're going to do another big globulin ranch up here. Probably over here too, several of them. We do have this irrigated already too. So another option would be another farm. I don't know exactly what we would need yet. We run in extra veggies. We do have some veggies. Take that as we will. Food wise, we're making food, but do take into account that counts the meat that we don't particularly like. So I'm trying not to include that in my calculations. Okay, I'm going to switch this over. We're completely full of cloth. Not paper, cloth. Cloth. Let's go ahead and export some of that. Okay, that's employees. Radius is fine. Okay, it's fine. I should probably keep this in better control. Okay, we'll do another pull source here. Okay, priority limit. With at least 25% of our warehouse crates are filled. Okay. Hopefully that will not drain me. I think I messed that up last time we did drain all of our fish, so we'll see about that. Yeah, you guys working? What are we building? We chose to work on the random road pieces. Okay, let's go ahead and bring this up to speed a little bit more. I kind of need these housing done, but I guess I just need to be patient. I have queued up a heck of a lot of things on them. Okay, while they're doing that, I'm going to continue to make things worse by planning more. Let's go ahead and turn to planning mode. Now, the main thoroughfare is 7, and the reason I made it 7 is I believe that's the width of a unit. I could totally be wrong on that. A unit as in a military unit. So we can march down this to get out of the city is what I think will happen. Again, I'm kind of shooting in the dark on that one. Okay, so military, training ground. We need stone and we need furniture. All of that's fine. Do I want to put it over here? That's a little bit away. I mean, we will have more housing and stuff over here eventually. I think we're just gonna eat it for now. Now, I don't know exactly the right size here. I think I'm gonna go for 10 training spots. So if we go to training dummies, okay, that would be 5. You don't like that wall. You don't like that wall either. Okay, what if we did that? I don't like that either. What? Why are you so cranky? Let's try that again. Make it a little bit wider. Training dummies. Okay, I guess that works. Hang on, let's do it over here though. And then we have some doors. Maybe I should aim it towards the main thoroughfare. Well, no, this is just training. This isn't. I don't know how they muster, I guess is what I'm getting at. All right, we'll do door, door, and door. Okay, that seems like it's fine. Foundation's fine. We need various things. Go for it. Okay, there we go. There's at least one spot where we can start training some guys. Next thing I talked about was the hatchery. What is that under? Logistic procreation. Hatchery. All right, again, I kind of want this to employ 10, and I have literally no idea what I'm looking at for size. So we'll just start with something. Carpet, increase efficiency and crib. Clutches. Okay, 5 and 5. Okay, I like that. And then carpet must not block items. Okay, so I'm thinking, I really hate how right-clicking undoes the last thing rather than taking care of the thing that's underneath my cursor. Just again, not the way my brain works. Okay, there's 10 clutches, and then we have a carpet. I can't make any bigger. So I guess we just have a carpet, and that's 100%. Okay, I feel like this is too, again, with the right click thing, I feel like this is too big. So let's go crib, let's take that out. Crib. Let's go here. Okay, it doesn't, I think it needs the wall, if I'm guessing. Yeah, weird. Okay, there we go, 100%. We have 10 clutches. That's only 3 employees. Oh, okay. I thought clutches were employees. I have literally no idea if this is big or small. How big can we make a crib? We can make it ever so slightly bigger. All right, let's expand. Little cribs. Nope, that was me right-clicking again. The downside to doing multiple games is every game has their own button to do whatever action you're doing. And man, that messes with my brain after a while. Okay, so that's 4 employees. I guess this is fine. I have literally no idea on this. So we need some fabric. We need a decent amount of furniture. Let's put some doors in. No, let's go double. We'll do double doors right there. And then like I said, I have literally no idea. Is this huge? Is this tiny? Oh, I do not know. Construct. All right, I'm not going to do anything until I see some houses get done for adding more things for them to work on. I've already got way too many things. In fact, you know what? Suspend you. I don't really want to suspend those roads. Okay, they're pumping up a storm. Okay, here we go. There's actually skinny dipping in that canal. Interesting. So they can't do it here because of the road. So there is a cheap way we could do that. Oh, hang on a second. That was pond. Sorry, guys. That's actually not what I want. I want you to dismantle that. Sorry, guys. That needs to be canal. Water... Now the canal will connect up to here and then they can skinny dip in there. Yeah, totally my bad, guys. Sorry. Okay, that makes more sense. I was gonna say, weird that if they could skinny dip in the canal, we've never seen that. Well, we've never seen that because that's just not how it works. All right, I will activate that job. We did have to spend 10 of our technology points in order to get this open, but as I mentioned, I think this is going to be a massive, massive improvement. I don't know if this is too huge. I think I went with you're a 6x6. Maybe that's humongous, maybe it's not, I don't know. If it is small, we got room that we can add more. If it's big, well, we'll just enjoy it. I do have to pump all this though, so just keep that in mind. It's not like in a lot of games where you dig a canal and then it's just there. Okay, another thing I want to look at. So this is currently employing 10 woodworkers. If I expand this moisture down some, is that going to increase the number of workers? And that would be based on the number of trees that are growing, which will be based on the number of moisture, which is also based on the kind of soil. And we do have the good soil here, which is the alluvium for tree growth. Another thing I noticed, I spent a long time kind of looking at the map before I started. Soil, we have that alluvium soil all through this section here. And I will probably try to make this a tree growing area, dodging the various minerals and stuff in here. Under his eye, Prontrix, I am Galric the Brute. Perhaps you've heard of me. I had the pleasure of visiting your neighbor's town last year. Me and my subjects come from a far-off land, and our mission is to spread joy and peace in the whole of Six. As you well know, the world is full of shady others. That's why we want to offer our services to protect you. In return, we only asked esteemed Wavemaker to share some of your wealth with us. Praise be Galric the Brute. Well, unfortunately, I'm just going to have to be extorted here. That is going to really put a dent in my furniture. Everything else I can absorb, but the furniture really sucks. I'm just going to have to pay him. Babel, you've proven yourself to be a true Zonderkite. Good, praise be. Since we paid the ransom, the raiders will leave for now. I hate you. All right, well, I'll be back. Another thing I noticed while I was doing all that looking around, I don't know why I never noticed this. You can just right click and you can get a measuring tape. I don't remember if I complained about it in this game, but I really appreciate games that let me have a measuring tape. So that's really nice when you're like, is this too far? Is this not far enough? Well, now we know. Now we know. So that's another to do. Okay, well now our food sucks. Thanks, jerk. Another thing I was thinking, we could let them furnish their houses with fish. Kind of sucks that they like to put a food in their house, but fish is something that's very efficient for us to do. So I'm not really sweating it if we did have to do that. Then again, we're also getting pretty far away over there. Maybe, again, another little hamlet over here is in order in the near future. I got a lot of work to do. I got a lot of work to do, if you can't tell. All right, I'm already seeing people skinny dipping in the pond. How you feeling about that? Happily thanks you for trying to make their stay on land bearable. Had to be prodded a bit to offer up these things. He'd like some torches. He can't make a cozy home because he needs some goods. He feels like we need a little more safety and he would like to upgrade some torches. Okay, well, that is what that is. Skinny dipping. Want some furniture. Could eat some veggies. Would like some statues and some torch upgrades. What is a torch upgrade? Can I upgrade a 0 out of 1? Hold left control to build another. Hold left shift to copy. All right, but I want to upgrade. What is it? Upgrade. I don't know on those ones. Most upgrades seem to want like iron or cut stone, things that we're not really prepared to do. All right, how are we doing on pumping? We're close to not having enough. Now, let's come over here. As I mentioned, we're getting awfully close to having that maxed out. Okay, they're having some leisure time. Yeah, these two probably will get taken out next time I do some expansion. We are maxed on wood currently. Really sucks that we just got extorted for all of our furniture there. Okay, we've started in on the wall of the housing. I need to just be a little bit patient and let that happen. Okay, did we sell off our cloth a little bit? We sure did, and we definitely sold off more than I wanted to, but that's okay. All right, let's get rid of the opiates next. This is another reason I want to get these out. I just want to leave some of these on. Like right now, I don't need the leather. I'd rather just sell that off, etc., etc. For the price of one person, not to have to micro that so much is probably worth it. I see we are out of eggs. We have some veggies. Okay, we're working on that globulin farm. I need more workers. I need more workers. Another thing, I don't believe there's a way I can prioritize. Like, I wish I could just say, do this first. It's, I guess, the downside to my wanting to queue up a million things. We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, this torch is almost done also. I wanted to have it so that the pool is well lit. Since people are going to spend a lot of time here, we'll kind of lure them into where it's well lit. Torches are another thing that we could do relatively easy some areas to make a difference. Like we could plop one in here to extend it out a little bit. Okay, let's take it off planning. Decoration torch. Okay, this is going to have to be a small one. So if we went there, we could just expand how far that will affect things. One there, there. This is not like a high traffic area, but it's kind of freebies. Now over here, I could put them down the middle of this 3 wide, but I'm also thinking I may have to run a canal down to water these trees, and it would need to come down one of these 2 avenues. So until I kind of make that decision, I'm kind of holding off on doing that. I also noticed, I'm not entirely sure that we're going to be able to put a pump here. It doesn't seem to like this water area. Where is my remove water? Let's see if that'll work. I'm not sure. Okay, the pool seems very popular. You love to see it. You love to see it. Hey guys, it's raining. You want to head to the pool? Heck yeah. There you go. Okay, I'm liking that. Now, was there not a potential problems? The amount of odd jobbers is currently not a problem. I disagree, but sure. No rooms currently have a workload problem. We're not overly storing anything. I disagree with that too. We don't have much money. I agree with that. You are not spending excessive amounts on technology. Okay, so it says it likes everything. I don't know if that's actually the case. So we look at something like this. 10 out of 12 available. 5 out of 10 available. Okay, so I'm kind of thinking we might need another hearth. Hearth and a well here and here. Left control and click to build another well. Okay, I asked about the pipette, and I did find it. That is what it is. Are we just cornered up on that thing? Yeah. There we go. I'm going to increase those just to make sure that we're... it's not only how much you have available, it's also like distance to service, so I think that's a worthy investment. These are dirt cheap, and neither one employs anybody, so... Yeah, he has 50 services available with the speaker, so he's fine. If only it didn't take employees to pump the water, I would make so many more water features. And I'd make things better symmetrical. This, yikes. Maybe they don't like it symmetrical. That's what I'm gonna tell myself. Okay, we are rapidly processing through the cotton, which is great. Yeah, that's totally fine. Come on, boys, let's get some housing done. He says as he queues up more things that are not housing. Okay, we sold the opiates. Let's rotate through. Let's do the meat next. Yes, you can see what I mean by, I just like that auto done, frankly. And I want to pull some of the one-off garbage out of this, and we'll pull it down into here. Things like the meat, the opiates, the grain that I'm not really producing, but there's no reason not to grab them and sell them. We'll just get those out of our main warehouse that way. I'm also probably going to need to set up some haulers. I wonder, I assume that you want the hauler depot at the point of origin, because otherwise if you're at the destination, you have to walk empty-handed and then grab. I guess it doesn't matter. Deadheading basically is what you don't want to do, moving cargo empty one direction, but I don't think there's a way around it. Fish are recuperating a little bit from our robbery. Makes me very sad. Okay, we've moved the meat or we've sold the meat. Which of these is true? We've moved the meat. Okay. Okay, and my ranch did go in. Okay, 11 animals. It's not going to be stellar, but that's fine. It's otherwise wasted space. And I believe 50% moisture is probably plenty for these guys. If that's true, I could add maybe a road here. That one doesn't matter so much, but the road here might help them get the vegetables harvested a little quicker. I'll think about that. What are we in? We're heading towards the end of winter. Yeah, we need way more vegetables. If we have 51 vegetables and we're just leaving winter, we would need vegetables to like at least last until midsummer. So that's another big to-do. Okay, very popular place. I think we could have gone smaller, like maybe down to like 5x5 or maybe even 4x4, but that's fine. We're gonna have more people coming, so. This really enheartens me though, because that means that all those people would have chosen to walk over to here somewhere to do that skinny dipping. So I definitely appreciate that. That should speed things up a little bit. All right, come on guys, let's get this housing done. I was relatively disciplined and didn't queue up too much else. We'll even go a little faster here, I think. I'm kind of waiting on some things to get done, so. That is not the job they're choosing to do. We're down to 3, that's why. It's because of this finished. Okay, I think we're gonna bring in some homeless. So we are at 250. I'm gonna go kind of big here. Our food's okay, right? Yeah. Let's go in 280. Let's bring in a whole slew. Maybe they'll encourage them to get these homes finished. I don't like that fast speed. Yeah, there we go. Negative 30 homes. Oh, you better finish them then, huh? It won't take us long. Get that one square belt. There you go. And I think we're going to do that block, and then I'm immediately going to turn this one on too. Just more and more homes. Okay, 20, so 10 of those are actually done. Okay, I'm getting very nervous about that food time too. Let's go ahead and queue up another fishery. Start with that. 12 fishermen. Okay, so I would like to shrink 11 fishermen. 10 fishermen. Oh. Okay, storage. Just a little one there. Auxiliary. Whatever gets us to 50. There you go. Done. And I am going to let this one immediately be worked on. Take the road up. I can't believe we're going to go through that much fish in that amount of time. But just in case. Okay, they did finish that. I probably should let them do the fish next. As much as I would prefer to work on the housing. Making me a little bit nervous. This shouldn't take us too long. What are you waiting on? Just wood. And we have excess wood at the moment. Okay, yeah, they've got that under control. Do they have it under control enough I'm comfortable opening this up? Probably not. But we do have a warehouse over here done. Okay, so for you, I want things that I am not actively producing that I just want to sell. Grain. The opiates. The meat. I don't know what else, but that's a good starting spot. I will go ahead and employ one dude here. And over here, I would like negative on the meat. Settings. I want no on the meat. I want no on the opiates. I want no on the grain. Okay. Now, what else do I have around that I'm not collecting? We have mushrooms. Do we actually ever collect? I guess there are mushrooms. Am I collecting those? I guess I am. Maybe I've just never stored them. All right, well, we can do that here. So, mushroom. One click is probably fine. Okay, we could hunt. I don't really care. Okay, there's more opiates over here. I am set to collect. I am collecting that one. That's fiber and veggies. And that's really it. There's not a lot else we're really collecting. Okay, very popular swimming spot. I'm glad. I think this was a good choice. Yeah, before I was obsessed with the pool, but we don't need the pool. We're simple lizards around here. Pond is just enough for me. Okay, do we get the fishing done? They're working on it. Okay, I'm comfortable enough to go ahead and activate the next housing block, which apparently also still needs some roads queued up. Do that, and we'll do that. Okay, but I'm also less concerned now about the order of things. So let's go ahead and get the hatchery going. I want to see what that's going to do. And let's also go ahead and get the training room going. And let's go ahead and get these trade depots going. Now, I might fit 2 more in here. I might delete these warehouses and fit several more. Or I might leave this open for haulers, was my thought. But like I said, I'm not sure if I want haulers at the beginning of the route or the end of the route. I'm just not certain on that. Oh, and I did notice, did he go away? He did. We had a death. There was a body in this grave, so I'm glad I had it, I guess. Not just hanging around making things weird on everyone else. Okay, that extra water I put in here did not change anything here. Okay, this is an area that could also change. Maybe we put trees down here. I think it is the right soil. Kind of. It's like half and half. I could get water to it. I mean, I wouldn't use it for anything else. I think I will. I think I will. All right, so I'm just debating if I need to have some lateral water here, or if I can get away with just bringing it down. Let's go ahead and see. Let's just get it to here, and then I'll make a call on if it looks moist enough or not. Okay, then let's get out of soil mode. Alright. Fart fart. Looks like it's doing just fine here, though. We're not overloaded. Janitors. Okay, we still are not auto-employing that last janitor. When this fills up, we're definitely going to need to think about another janitor closet. But for now, we seem to be okay. Can we get rid of all the meat? We still have 12 meat left. Alright, let's rotate and get rid of a bunch of leather. Oh, you know what? Whole source. Whole source. This. There we go. Just to make sure. Okay, some more homes already done. You'll love to see it. Already got the walls done of the hatchery. Okay, they're kind of excited about that one. Deal. And our fishing expansion is done. Okay, you're claiming we're fine, but I don't know. I guess that's including all these veggies that are coming in. I think I'm gonna do another fishery. I'm just a little nervous about what I'm seeing on those numbers. 10 right there. Storage. Definitely not building a storage like that. Holy moly, no. I used to grossly overestimate how much storage we needed. Go ahead and do that. We will also extend the road. Okay, hopefully this is gonna make, once it's up and running fully, it's gonna make enough eggs. I'm gonna guess no, we're like kind of right at the cusp. Maybe it'll be okay. This is probably gonna be another globulin area. I'll probably just nab all of this as one area. Okay, getting the field work done. I like it. Housing getting put in. Yeah, I feel like we're making some progress here. Okay, I think we've got enough stuff queued up that doesn't really require my attention at the moment, so I can start doing project number 2. Project number 2, starting to plan some of this. So I want to go to planning. This is going to be a stone mine. All right, so for this area, I'm gonna do just the top piece here. This is already gonna be ginormous. This is already 50 workers, to throw that into perspective. If I do... Okay, that doesn't change the number of workers. That's fine. Just looks better to me. We could nab the top of this off too. I'm debating how I want to organize this. So maybe a warehouse next to it. Okay, let's actually look at that first. So if we go to logistics, warehouse, this is literally going to be a stone warehouse and nothing else. So what can I fit? Okay, so that's 2 wide. Okay, so if I had a crossroad run across the top. Okay, so where is... It's right here. That's hard to see. Logistics... warehouse. So if we did the warehouse right here, okay, so 1 walk 1 2 walk 1. Is that the right size? It needs to be 1 taller. Okay, so we do that. All right, so this is the maximum size you can get without having to add extra supports. And then we put in... Maybe we'll do doors like that. You can get away with 3 without it. Okay, foundation's not 100%, but that's just going to be what it is. It's based on the land that's underneath it. All right, then let's also plan out a road that's 3 wide. I don't even care. This dirt path thing is whatever. All right, now we do our mine. We do our stone mine. And I'm just going to do... Okay, I'm seeing... All right, we might need to extend out this way some. I can already just say, because we're gonna need some storage. I wish it could be over here. There's no place it can go that's right there. Man, if I would have known that, I would have took that road one to the right, but we've already planned too many things around it. Okay, we can put the storage here. That's fine. It's not the end of the world. The question is auxiliaries. So we need... Okay, if I make the biggest auxiliary, that's 28. I would need like 2 of these. Okay, that's plus 20. Okay, and then... Okay, can we get a 10? Yes. Okay, so that would be a 100% stone mine. That employs up to 50 workers. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and then we've got the road that runs here. In the future, a weirdly shaped warehouse maybe here for more stone. Maybe a warehouse here for more stone. I'll probably split this into like 2. If we got as far as needing that much. This is a lot of stone right here. I doubt we're going to need more than that in the near future. Construct. All right. While we're here, let's also do road. Like that. Okay, so my thought is this area I would like to use... Let me look at that soil again. No, this area is going to be for trees, kind of. There's a couple deposits that I would want to make use of. We've got these gems kind of right here. We got some iron right here. But for the most part, I'd like to use this up for trees if I can. Hence thinking I might need to bring some water down. Now the other option is water from over here, but again, I need to get people here to pump it. So I don't know if I can swing that. So I think we're gonna have a little bit of a town like here that's gonna be supplying workers for this. Does it get to go up next to the dirt road? I guess that's fine. Or next to the main road. I guess that's fine. So... And this is going to be a relatively large place. It's going to be supplying workers for tree work. Some can come from up here, but then some from over here. So maybe it goes a little more on this side. And then probably some furniture work will happen here. Stone cutting will happen here. Stone will happen here. The iron could happen here. Over in this area. So this is going to be kind of an industrial town. Conversely, if I centered it up, it could also supply people on this side. But we're probably just going to need another one over here, in all honesty. I think this road is kind of being an indicator to me. Maybe we make that wider? Yeah, we're going to hit the wall over here. We could make this like a 5 wide main artery. I don't think we need to do that. I don't know. Maybe I'm underestimating how big things need to be for roads. Okay, if we just did a 3x3. Ooh. Ooh, okay, you do make it all the way to the water. And I'd only need to mine a tiny bit to make it 5 wide. That seems very superfluous, though. Let's just drop that for now. Alright, get me out of this eye-blinding soil mode. Okay, so other things... This road, our really wide road, may need to happen. Or bring some in through here. I don't know if I want to do that, though. I think I want to get the trees started and see where the natural break is that a road could come down. I kind of would want it to come here, but that takes us into the gyms. So it would probably be here. Would be another road. I think that's fine. Okay, we don't have anything we're working on. Let's go ahead and actually do that road, I think. Right here, 3, all the way to there. That'll take us a hot minute to do, but that's fine. Okay, we talked about the woodcutter over here. Moisture's 5%. 20, no. 33%. Okay, I think I am gonna need some water. So let's do that. So we'll do canal. Something like that. Woodcutter, that means you need to be down 1. That's basically what I need to know from that. And I'll let you have that too. Okay, then you get a storage as small as we can go. There, and an auxiliary. We need, oh, just a tiny one apparently. There. 100% efficiency for workers. Construct. Not going to be the greatest thing ever, but it's otherwise wasted space, so go ahead and do that. Okay, we got extra housing done. Great. Okay, so let's actually take a let's take a minute here. So we've got hatchery. Can I click on you little guys? I guess not. So we consume fish here to feed them. Capacity is 12, children 0, infants 12. Okay, so these are like wiggly eggs, I guess. Okay, I really don't have too much else to say about that other than just we'll see if this is good or bad or ugly. I don't know. Oh, okay. We've got some people in training. They're working on it. Okay, so we are going to need weapons and tools and like armor, etc., etc. So we have that leather. Let's go ahead and put in a place and start making some leather armor. So I would want... What is it that makes that? Is it the weaver? Turns cotton into fabric. No. What is that under? It's not a mine. It's not cannibal. Refining. Cotton into fabric. That's not what I want. It'd be crafting. I'm not crazy. Okay, hang on. You don't have a different production mode, right? Okay, construct, definitely not. Military training ground, great house, archery range, catapult, army supply location. And no. No, no, no. Oh, I wonder if it's something I have to unlock. Okay, we have homes, graveyards, entertainment, health, distribution, religion. Oh, it's a scroll down. This has gotten me before. I really dislike that UI. This needs to be way more prominent, and or just make this taller. Tailor, yes. Okay, so here we could use some leather to make some leather armor. Probably not the best, but it's just where I'm at the moment. So let's do a tailor. This one is going to be kind of the low priority one. At some point, we're going to get rid of leather armor and we'd have metal armor. Am I going to get a road that connects through here? Probably not, if I had to guess. Okay, workbench. Okay, so you... Okay, doesn't fit. I couldn't make it one wider to make this fit. Or we could go with this size. That is 6. That would be 12. 12 is fine. If we go one smaller, well, maybe we go one smaller. And that gives us 10. Storage. Okay, actually, nope. Workbench. We do here and here. That's 12 again. Dang it. One shorter. Here and here. Storage. Again, we can make that as small as we can. There, and the auxiliary. This is going to be the deciding factor. We go to double wide. 40, 50. They have to walk a lot, so I kind of want to move this one that way. And this, I'm gonna say this is the right size. And we might build it. Okay, let's cancel you. Auxiliary. That's 50, but that's not actually true because this isn't in. Auxiliary. Yeah, because you need more auxiliary to make up the difference there. That'd be 40, that'd be 50. It's fine. It's a little bigger than it really probably needs to be, but that's okay. Put in 2 doors. I could put another door here. I guess that's fine. We can always board it up later if we decide we're not going to put a throughway here. Do it. All right, and then, oh, nope. I can't do the orders yet. Change that to armor. Now here, are we storing armor? Leather armor. Yes, we are trying to. All right, we also need warhammers. Where? Warhammers are made in furniture places. Come over here, change recipe. So this uses some wood and some stone to make a warhammer. We also could make a spear. I believe spears are more like defensive weapons. Oh, I can't do this. We need makeshift weapons. Ah. Okay, we are to the point where I do think I want that. So we're gonna go back to tech. Makeshift. None of you look. Makeshift weapons. Here we are. Cost is 4. Yes. All right, you change recipe. All right, we're gonna try warhammers. We'll see if that's good or bad. All right, we'll let those start going. We need about 100 of them. I want one unit of our soldiers at some point. We're at -10. How are we at -10? Those people are building. I don't know if I believe you, game. All right, well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna pretend I do. We're gonna go up to 300 pop. I'm still concerned about our fish income. Maybe it's time for another field. Do another veggie field right here. All right, let's do that. Farm. Vegetable farm. 10. All right, that should be 4.9. Is that the right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that is right. Moisture's not going to be quite enough. Of course, it's not. Do it. All right, let's get that up and running. That's only 5 workers. Okay, the tailor place is coming on in. One thing that is nice is because the Amivia build with the mud, I don't have to take into account the building costs of stone or wood. I'm still feeling very nervous about the amount of fish coming in. We are increasing. We're up to 5 days. That's not including any... Well, no, I guess we do have a little bit of meat. We also are not employing our hunters at the moment. So, more houses needed. Just more. More. Okay, we've delivered the furniture. We've delivered the stone. I kind of want to catch this right away because I don't want them to waste their time building clothes that I'm not going to use currently. Hopefully we'll be able to at least defend ourselves from bandits with 1 unit. I have literally no idea how it works, so this will be enlightening, hopefully. Nobody's currently working. Workload is low. Is that because we hatch out of eggs? All right, here we are. Change recipe, leather armor. All right, do it. Oh, of course I just sold all my leather. Because of course I did. All right. I am going to need to turn you back on. For people... I don't know what my actual worker counts are. That's claiming I'm right, but that's only employing 287 out of 300, so I don't know... It doesn't sound right. Let's just put it that way. It doesn't sound right. Also, we don't need to have everyone working here. Just give me like 5. Okay, I think I'm going to activate another housing block. Boy, this is we're rapidly finishing these off. We're going to need more homes. Okay, he's working on that road. Yeah, and I guess no matter what, I am going to need water down here because they're going to want skinny dipping. So one way or the other, I'm going to need to bring water down. It's a question of does it come through here or does it come through here? And I think it's going to be here is where I'm going to do. And then later on, we could hook up water from here into that system. That probably is for the best. And then that water can be pushed all the way up into here if we have to. Okay, yeah, we just got a lot of people working on this new farm. That's fine. We need it. Yeah, the vegetables are definitely something that might be worth trading for. Ditto with the eggs, actually. Fish we're really good at and we really like doing. So that one's kind of a good one for us. But these other ones, they use a lot of space and we're not the best. That better be the last place you need to clear. Although I feel like that one probably is. Okay, he showed up. Come on, guys. Finish up your work before you zoom off. Okay, we're harvesting veggies. I love to see it. Look at all those guys helping get those zucchini inside. What are we doing? Okay, we have 6 eggs. I kind of feel like I probably should put in another globulin thing. Okay, and we have water from up there, so I think water is going to have to come down or water is going to have to come up. What does the moisture look like here? And not freshwater moisture. Yeah, they're definitely going to need some. I'll bring it down from the top, I think. If I make another crossing, this does slow down walkers. All right, so what that tells me is I want to leave one space. Husbandry, globulin. So something like that. And then shrink off the road. Only 2.9 workers is probably not even worth it. So let's continue. Maybe this is going to be the big one. Something like that. 8 workers. Okay, that's a lot better. And then we have a gate, and I guess we may as well just stick it down here next to where we're going to want to collect. And then we need, I guess, 2 huts. That takes us to 99. All right, 3 huts. Okay, 8 workers. The moisture's at 59. Now, if that's true, then our water's fine, because I believe they want to make it to 50. All right, go ahead and build that too. I'm trying to stay on top of the food thing. All right, that also means... All right, let's pull back on 1 fish so that we can fit 1 egg. And I guess technically for the sake of just logistics, we'll put 1 meat in there too, and we'll try to grab the meat and pull it away. Oh, hey, they finished these. Okay, you... I want you to take from here. You're going to do the opiates. You... I want you to take from here. You're going to do the grain. You... take from here. You're going to do the... What else did I dump down here? Meat. We've got a couple mushrooms. I mean, there's no reason not to sell them. I mean, we're not going to eat them. They're just going to rot away. So you get from there, and I want you to take the mushrooms. All right, we're selling all that stuff. Start making some lizard bucks here. Yeah, the meat especially. I have 2 odd jobbers, but that's probably not really true because we're working on some major projects. Yeah, this one included. We're still sitting on extra. I'm not importing wood, right? I'm not importing anything. Okay, that kind of means you are done. Let's definitely not export the thing I'm using. I'm just gonna unemploy for now. I may turn that back on at some point, like selling extra clothes from right here. That wouldn't be the worst. Okay, how are we doing on armor? Armor, nothing yet. We have 2 warhammers. Okay. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a long while. Okay, more housing going in. Food is going up just fine. All right, I'm gonna do this is gonna be a big one. This is gonna be a big one. We're gonna do 350. I've got the houses for it. Do it. And then one thing I'm gonna immediately turn on is all of our hunters again. Having a building that's not in use kind of sucks. Okay, so that's a good chunk of what I just invited. This is another like 5. This is gonna be another, I don't know, 9 or something. So despite the fact that looked really large, we're actually gonna use up a lot of that instantly. Okay, those eggies are still trying to hatch. Okay, that definitely is slow. Not that I'm surprised or anything, but just not a fast way to get population. How are we doing this road? We're working on it. Apparently some random dude decided to start the bottom. Interesting choice. How are we doing here? 4 woodcutters, but I bet you this goes higher. I bet you it does. Okay. So are we actually, we must be making more wood than we're using. Woodcutters are making 122. We're using 53, 63. Okay, yeah, we are definitely making a profit on that. I kind of need more. I kind of need more furniture. Maybe we stick another furniture thing up here. Yeah, I think I will. Not really where I want to expand that industry, but it's where I can do it currently. Okay, so carpenter. And share that wall. Let's see what this does. So if that is a workbench. Okay, I already hate it. Alright, so if you went there and you went there, auxiliary. Bigger, bigger, bigger. That's 50. Okay, that's 12 workers, and there's the auxiliary. And then storage goes small. That's so loud when I'm zoomed in. Sure. And we need a door. I guess we have double doors. And that's probably never going to get used. So I need that. Do it. All right. Furniture's pumping along all right, but do remember I took some people off to work on Warhammers. And we're just going to need more and more furniture. As we expand, we're also going to need more and more for maintenance. Okay, maybe it's time. Okay, furniture, some wood. They'd like some. Okay, a lot of this is very doable. I think maybe it's time that we're going to let some of them start decorating a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Then again, we're already super happy. We're not having any problems. How we feeling? We are fine. I'll save that for later. I'll save that for later. Yeah. All right, where is... Goodness, I forgot since we found it last time. I want to know my titles. Messages, problems, view. Is it under view? No. Battle mode, no. Tome of knowledge. Title, nope, that's not it. Oh shoot, we found it last time. Where was that? Over here? Minimap. Zoom in, zoom out. Screenshot, screenshot. Super screenshot. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to find that. I'm not gonna bore you guys with me looking around through it. I do see that we are kind of out of time on this one. Big plans. Big plans coming through here. So I feel like we've got pretty clear-cut goals. The stone is definitely gonna need to come in. I was gonna hold off on it a little bit, but when I was looking around for stone, I realized that we were kind of on the cusp of running out. So getting that up and running will be good. And we're gonna need the housing and stuff here anyways if we want to do the metal. So all of that is kind of interconnected. So we'll start in on probably in this area, our housing bit. So pretty exciting that we'll have a second place. That also means we're gonna need a second square. I don't know how I would change this. Like, this is probably too big, but I'm not exactly sure how much smaller I would want it to be. Like, I know we're gonna want a, is it theater? Whatever the next little piece of entertainment is pretty chunky. So we're definitely gonna need some space in here. So yeah, we'll see about that, I suppose. So Songs of Sticks is still going along. We've started some military. We have started some hatching. We did quite a lot of, well, we did quite a lot of ranching upgrading, but we also upgraded some food and some fish, some extra wood income, some extra furniture. We've started Warhammer production. We've started the leather armor production, which we have one suit so far. There you go. Maybe I do need to increase their employment here up to full. Yeah, lots of good things coming. As always, I'm looking for tips and tricks. So if you see something, have a suggestion, if I missed a mechanic especially, or a view that would be helpful to me, feel free to share that. That's always very helpful. And look forward to it. We'll be continuing on in the near future. All right, if you enjoyed yourself, don't forget to leave a like on it. If you're not subscribed, I hope I've earned your subscription. I'd love to have you in the comments, or maybe join me live on a live stream. And if you want to go above and beyond, you can always join me live for a super chat. You can leave a super thanks on a video or a VOD. Consider checking out the memberships here that get you early access to things like this or other games that I'm working on at the time. Or if you just want to leave a tip, there's a Patreon linked in the channel info. Okay, builders, thanks for hanging out in Songs of Sticks. This is the Closed Realm, closing out.